Question 127. How to get over someone when you still want them, but know it won't work?
Well, in anything in life, personal, professional, you got to focus on your outcome. So, as a man, you got a purpose and a mission. That's your primary thing that you always got to take care of, whether life is going great or not, or it sucks, or you're winning, doesn't matter. You always got to grind on your purpose and your mission in life is your primary thing. Your secondary mission or purpose, if you will, is what's your outcome from for your personal life. If you know it's not going to work with the girl, the problem is that when we want reality to be other than it is, we're going to suffer. So it's it's understandable because most people for long-term relationships when there's a breakup typically take about a year and a half for all the emotional charge is gone and they're completely over it. That's on average, that's what it takes for most people. And the real problem that you struggle with is that you're in love with the idea of who you thought she was or who you wanted her to be, and she, for whatever reason, couldn't live up to it. Maybe she had no integrity, she lied, she cheated, whatever happens to be. He's decided she belongs to the streets. So at the end of the day, your outcome is you want a good, happy, healthy relationship with somebody who's easygoing, easy to get along with, communicates well, tells you what she wants, what she needs, can explain things explicitly in a way that's easy to understand. She is more teammate focused. She'll seek to resolve your differences, but at the end of the day, she'll defer to your masculinity, your decisions, only if she trusts you and you handle your business like you're supposed to. So if your current or your ex can't live up to the fantasy of what you want, you have to focus on that. And so you need other prospects even though you don't feel like it. And that's in anything in life, you're gonna have days you get up and you don't feel like working, but there's stuff that's gotta get done, so you gotta do it. Just like there'll be days where you don't feel like getting back in the world of dating again, but you got to dust yourself off because life goes on and the amount of time you got left is going. So you got to keep moving forward towards what you want, your outcome from your professional life as well as your personal life. Seek to get better because as you get better as a man, as you become more confident, you grow your reserve of knowledge, you develop your gifts, your skills, your talents, you become more confident, you have more swagger, you make more money, money gives you choices and options. You're going to feel happier because happiness is really making progress and feeling like you're successful. And making progress is seeing the things that you're trying to create for your life slowly over the years and decades are slowly coming into focus and taking shape in your life. That makes you happy. When you're happy and you're relaxed and you're chilled, girls notice that, they can feel that, they feel safe around you automatically, and you just happen to enjoying your life. You'll encounter the next great love. So, but you got to be open to it. You got to create a space in your life for somebody. If you're staying focused on the ex and not dating anyone else, well, yeah, you're going to feel fearful. Inaction breeds fear and doubt. Taking action breeds confidence and courage. And nothing will change your attitude about an ex better than a woman who's nicer and who's hotter and you just met and she seems to like you. That just, whatever you were suffering with that day, a new girl, pretty girl that's giving you me eyes is like, makes you forget. You could be having a bad day and just a pretty girl walking by and talking to you and it brightens your day. Feminine energy brightens your day. So you got to be open to it. So you got to create a space for it. And eventually somebody will come in and fill it. And you'll fill up hers.
Yeah, you definitely have to, after all that, because that person's definitely, if you know it won't work, then it's definitely not going to work. You have to use your intuition and the fact that I feel like this guy doesn't think he deserves anyone else.
Or maybe he's just comfortable.
Well, yeah, that too, and his confidence is low. So, yeah, Corey's right. You have to go get out there, work on yourself, build up, work, and try to keep your mind off that while finding someone else to keep your mind occupied.
Yeah, because until you're always going to have the unknown, whether it's starting a business or opening yourself up to have a new relationship and letting somebody go that's toxic and doesn't belong in your life. It's hard. But at the end of the day, what happens a lot of times is guys, after like 90 days, they don't find anybody that they really like, and then they start missing the ex. Maybe it's 6 months or whatever, and then they want to go back and heat up the leftovers. But everything that was there that turned them off in the first time around is still there.
Still there, yeah.
So typically you get turned off. So it's hard to do that. But you feel, well, what's the next girl's not as good? What if I'll never meet anybody who likes me as much as that one again? And fear has robbed more people of their dreams than any single emotion.
Yep.
I feel like there's also guys out there too, which I think is kind of messed up, that they are with the girl, they go back to their ex, and basically they're with their ex until they find someone that they connect with, and they kind of like leave their ex, if that makes sense.
Or they settle and they stay with them. I've got an old friend of ours that we used to hang out with in our 20s, and like when he would go out and he didn't meet a new girl or anything, he had this girl that he would call. It could be 2, 3 in the morning. He's like, "Hey, get over here," and she would hop in her car, drive across town, and they would hook up, and
Booty
they
call.
kick her out the next time, next morning. He was just a dick to her, and he wasn't that into her. And as the years rolled by, he eventually married her, had a bunch of kids, and he got really overweight. She got really overweight. The kids are all really overweight, and he settled. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They just go through life, and it's like, well. And, it happens. Most people are living, as Tony Robbins says, living lives of quiet desperation. How many people do you know that are really, truly happy in their lives, their relationships, that you're like, man, I would love to have the life they have?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Like, are they even happy?
They're getting through life, trying to raise their kids. A lot of people do it. A lot of people settle. They give up in their dreams. They slowly start dying one at a time. Most people, their dreams are dead by the time they're 27, 28. And they've given up on most of the things they wanted when they were young and they had those ideals and dreams and goals. Life's beat them down, plus the school system, society.